So it's 2024 and you've probably been hearing a lot about
AI.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but artificial intelligence has been a tad bit overwhelming to me. I keep hearing terminology out there like data science, machine learning, large language models, neural networks, ChatGPT, and I don't really know what a lot of them mean. So my goal in this video is to take you along with me in the learning journey of artificial intelligence and see if we can learn a thing or two so we might not be so scared of it. Let's dive in. So over the last few days, I've been learning all about AI. And what I have learned is that there are a lot of opinions out there on the future of AI and whether it is going to ruin society. Now, what I care more about in this video is the technology behind it and how everything works under the hood. There are a lot of terms, as I mentioned, and doing my own research, it got pretty confusing pretty quick. I had to sift out a lot of bad resources to reliable resources, such as videos from IBM, resources from IBM, articles from Google, Amazon, and a lot of other very, very smart people. Now, what I will say is that everyone kind of has a different approach to how these terms fit together in terms of a diagram. I believe the best way to kind of understand these concepts is through a visual representation. So let's jump right in. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is really an umbrella term. You can kind of look at it as a big tree that has many branches. It's essentially the technology that allows computers to mimic human intelligence. Products like ChatGPT, Alexa, Google Nest are all real-world examples of AI commonly seen today. If you've ever played around with ChatGPT, it's a really crazy leap because it allows you to have a pretty darn intelligent conversation with a computer, and it even learns from the feedback you provided. Now, like I mentioned, AI is just the overall concept. The first, and let's say biggest branch of AI is what's called machine learning. Picture machine learning, or ML, as a flexible branch of the tree that extends and adapts to its surroundings. It uses algorithms and data to learn and adjust to feedback we or the systems provide. For example, if we tell ChatGPT to give us a recipe to make a pizza and it tells us to use dough sourced from wheat, we can then tell it that we are gluten-free, and in result, it will give us a more tailored answer. That's pretty cool, right? Now, for us to answer how it even does this, we need to branch off machine learning and talk about the techniques. Now, there are several branches of machine learning, which can be categorized as learning techniques, but let's just talk about a few. One branch is called supervised learning. This branch deals with learning from labeled data. Now imagine you receive 100 emails and 50 of them you mark as spam. The algorithm now knows what's labeled spam and what's not, making it structured. The opposite of supervised is another branch called unsupervised learning. This branch deals with unlabeled data. You can view this as a collection of news articles, text documents, customer reviews, or even social media posts. Now, reinforced learning from human feedback, or RLHF, learns from what we humans provided and improves its algorithms for better answers. Picture the pizza recipe example. From us telling ChatGPT we are gluten-free, this causes the algorithm to take that feedback and provide a different answer to spit out. Now, the last branch of machine learning we'll dive into is deep learning. Deep learning focuses on algorithms inspired by the structure and function of the human brain. You may have heard the term neural networks. Similar to the brain, neural networks have these little nodes, or neurons you could call them, that connect together. Now, what connects these is very complex and won't be talked about in this video. What's important to note is that not all machine learning is deep learning. I know that sounds crazy, but instead it's just another approach. There are reasons why deep learning and neural networks may not be the best method of building out AI, especially where you have limited data, and neural networks can also become a black box in terms of how they come to a conclusion. Now, there must be technologies or AI out there that bleed into both machine learning and deep learning, right? Definitely, and this is where things get very hazy. Now, what makes something like ChatGPT is natural language processing, or NLP. NLP is a blend, or you can say a branch of both machine learning and deep learning. LLMs, which you may have heard is a large language model, can be considered a branch of NLP, which is a branch of machine learning and deep learning. Now, large language models are closely related to NLP, but take care of different aspects of understanding language. Aside from the algorithms, the best way I've seen the difference between NLP and LLMs explained is their approach. LLMs rely heavily on pre-training data and are typically built on what's called a transformer architecture. No, not that transformer. Pre-training is like reading a lot of different books and stories before you start writing your own. By reading before you actually sit down to write, you can understand how stories are structured, how sentences fit together like a puzzle, and even how characters are introduced. LLMs do the same thing. They process, understand, and become extremely efficient at how sentences and words are used together. This allows them to achieve tasks like finishing your sentences, summarizing text, and providing answers to your questions. To put it all into context and into words, pre-training LLMs such as ChatGPT used over 300 billion words, or 570 gigabytes of text found across the internet. So pretty cool, right? I think we have a pretty good understanding of the basic terminology when it comes to AI. What I will say is I haven't dove too deep into things like transformer architectures, different sorts of algorithms involved in deep learning and machine learning, and something like how to create my own neural network. That's really advanced stuff, and maybe I'll get to that point, but I just kind of wanted to break down those concepts for you guys, and hopefully you got something out of it. The big thing to note here is I'm still a beginner when it comes to AI. I think I've figured out a few things, but I still got a long journey to go. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.